I like Palm Sunday. There are so many things happening during this beautiful liturgy of Palm Sunday. First, blessings of the palms, then long reading of the Lord's Passion, during which we are reminded again how almost everyone abandoned Jesus. Really sad story. But the liturgy of Palm Sunday begins with another gospel reading. The reading of Jesus' triumphant entrance into Jerusalem. And this reading is much more joyful. And this is what is shocking to me in the liturgy of Palm Sunday, that rapid shift of mood. Once they scream, "Welcome, Hosanna, good to have you here," waving the palms and joyfully greeting Jesus. But in a few moments, most likely the same people, same crowd screams, "Crucify him, we don't know him, go away." Welcome everyone, Father Chris. This is exactly the atmosphere of Palm Sunday's liturgy. Two extremes, joy and happiness, and then anger, pain, suffering, and death. And do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me that this happens in my life too, and maybe in yours. So let me explain. How many times we worship Jesus in our churches, welcome him in a beautiful golden monstrances, wave the palms and shout out, "Welcome, we love you, good to be here, good to have you here." And then after we leave the church, we forget about him, hurting our brothers and sisters and forgetting that we even know Jesus. This is like joining the crowd from the Passion reading and shouting, "Crucify him, crucify him, I don't know him." There is too much hypocrisy, and you know that Jesus doesn't like hypocrisy. Unfortunately, there is too much of it in my own life, in the lives of other priests, bishops, politicians, and in many of us. Hypocrisy can touch each one of us. Look at Peter, who once promised Jesus, "I love you, I will follow you, I will die for you." And very soon he became afraid to even admit that he knew him. "I'm not one of them. I don't know who Jesus is. Leave me alone." And in many situations, we too are too scared to admit that we know Jesus, that we too are his disciple. Because it is easy to worship him in our temples, get on our knees while singing uplifting psalms, receiving him in the Eucharist, but much more difficult to witness him in our schools, workplaces, or even in our own families. I don't know him. I'm always so shocked when I hear or read about those who in beautiful liturgical vestments say long prayers, preach with such a great power and passion, and receive Christ each day, but after that they go and hurt innocent people, hurt the children, and those are the people who should protect the others, who should respect and love, but not hurt. Great hypocrisy. Let me show you something. When you first look at this, it seems to be just a piece of old wood. It is hard to tell what it is. It is very old, and I got this from a priest, a friend of mine, many years ago. I think I was in high school when he gave it to me. I know you guessed correctly already that this is a corpus of Jesus Christ. And it is probably very, very old, and it was nailed to a crucifix, and now looks like this. Just take a look. No face, no hands, one leg is missing, broken, some nails sticking out here from the side of it. One would say that this is ugly, and I would agree with that. Some time ago this corpus probably looked quite nice. It was clean, maybe painted in different colors, all the body parts were here, no nails on the side. But now it looks like this. This broken corpus of Christ has been with me for many years, and it's hanging above my bed. Each evening when I look at this corpus, it reminds me of the times when I am hurting Jesus through my sins and through my own hypocrisy, by not being a good Christian and not giving a good example to others. I too sometimes join the crowd and shout out, "Crucify him, crucify him." And no, we don't like to see an ugly, bloody, filthy Jesus. We would rather portray him as a king and Lord whose entrance into Jerusalem was of someone very, very important. But when I look at this ugly piece of wood, I realize what my own sins do to Jesus. What I am about to say now may surprise you, and you may not agree with me, but I think that our churches are empty not because of the pandemic, but because of too much hypocrisy. Too many of us worship Jesus with our lips and then crucify him with our actions. And I believe that on Palm Sunday, each one of us needs to make an examination of conscience and ask simple but important questions like, am I good witness of Jesus wherever I am? Or am I afraid to admit that I know him? Would I rather keep him inside of the walls of the church? Or I do bring him to this broken world? Jesus said a couple times before, you are either with me or against me. So we can't wave the palms but later give him pain by forgetting and crucifying him. Too much hypocrisy. We need to get rid of the hypocrisy from our lives, our churches, from everywhere, because if others don't see Christ in us, they will not join us in filling up our churches. They will just go away. They would end up saying, I don't want to be part of that church or that religion where Christ is worshipped with their lips only, but in actions they are like me, or even worse than me. So let us ask God today to make of us a holy and honest people, courageous Catholics. Let us ask Him to help us be honest, so when we wave the palms and welcome Him, we would stay with Him to the very end and bring Him into this broken world of ours. So let's go to work. God bless.